On today's episode of the Command Center podcast, we talk about the tier system versus top 100 using my top 32 picks, man. Boo! And Fred, I didn't realize this about you. You steal wishes from wishing wells.
Everybody does.
Everybody does. And Santana Moss tells us who's going to get him hype if they pick him at 7. It all starts right now.
Get in that water.
Welcome into the Command Center podcast. I'm Logan Paulson here with Fred Smoot and Santana Moss, and we are in the Big Bear AI Command Center studio.
Yep.
And boys, it's draft week.
Draft week. I call it the week of tears because it's going to be some people.
Good tears.
Yeah, I'm going to say bad, some good tears, and it's going to be some bad tears. Some families going to change forever. Some going to have to figure out another way to get in.
You know, it's one of those weeks, man. Even as a guy who was going through the draft process, it was almost surreal. Like, it's here?
I can't believe it's here.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't believe
like, so now, fast forward, of all the years of me playing, of all the years of me watching, it's like, do they even know the moment, how like, the magnitude of this moment?
They know.
Because I know it, dog, through the process, I was so laser focused on just
making it.
Not the making it part. I still knew that, okay, you're going to get drafted regardless, wherever round it is. Now you got to go live up to it in the NFL.
Hype, yeah.
So I was almost like the way I played in college, that's the same way I thought going through the draft process.
Yeah.
I feared now what I'm going to have to do on the next side. So, I don't know if everyone go through that. But I know you probably were somewhere.
No, they would feel. I was chilling with my mom and grandma. That's what I wanted to do. But you're right. This Monday, when they woke up this Monday, they are really thinking it's 3 days.
Yeah.
Before something that they've been dreaming about for 20 plus years finna happen. The dreams are about to come true.
And one of the things that, I mean, we all know it changed a lot of lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, especially from just, you know, it's crazy because now you got a lot of these kids getting NIL deals, so it's a lot different.
Yeah, I can say a lot different.
But I know for us and the guys that came before us, this is like your,
you made it.
My baby finna go ahead and change a lot of things that we got going on over here right now. So
addresses, we finna train everything.
You name it, boy. We got to take care of a lot of people too.
It's kind of part of the voice, but luckily this new generation, they get used to the money in college, and by the time they make it to the league now, they have already did kind of the heavy lifting. So you know that's the good part about it, though. Generational it is.
Yeah, I'm really glad you brought that up, Fred. And Tana, you said something that I thought was really interesting, and it's something that I think people don't think about, but you get drafted and you got to live up to it.
Got to live up to it.
Well, and I think that's one of the reasons that both you guys were successful pros is because that wasn't the end of the journey.
No, that was the beginning.
It was literally just the beginning.
Yeah.
It was the first step to a great career. And I think there's a lot of guys, you know, that have that thought where it's like, I made it. And I think one of the things, like when you're talking to teams, they want the guys that say, I want to earn what you gave me. I want to earn the opportunity.
So look, I want to tell you a funny story. Like, me and my homeboys talk about this all the time. And like, I literally got drafted. And if you saw the expression on my face, it's a lot of reasons that I ain't have a great expression.
Because it was the Jets.
But I was happy. No kidding. I was ecstatic. But I was kind of emotionally distraught a little bit. I was like, damn, why out of all the places there? You know what I mean? It was 2 places. I didn't want to be home and I didn't want to go to New York because it was just, I just thought of New York being cold.
You went from Miami green to New York green.
So those are the 2 places. I didn't want to stay home because I've been home already and I didn't want to go to New York. And I'm talking about anywhere in New York. Giants, Buffalo, I didn't want to go to New York, that spot. But I'm happy inside. And I remember like cousins and friends all like, okay, so tonight, what's on? It's on. We're finna go celebrate. I was like, no, we ain't partying. And my homeboy was like, damn, so we ain't gonna go out? I said, nah, bro, we gonna see it right here and just chill. And I see y'all boys tomorrow and it's gonna be like a regular day. I like talking about fearing what's to come. I didn't want to do nothing wrong still or be in a situation because you hear so much. And that's one of the things about me. I overthink things all the time. I'm like, bro, it'd be just my luck that I want to go enjoy myself.
Man.
And somebody don't want me to be happy. And we get involved in something. And I see it every day. You see it every year. A guy who went out and celebrated before he even signed that contract. You get drafted, but you haven't put nothing on paper. Got a check. I didn't want to stop none of that.
No, I think that's it's a great moment. Like I was just thinking about when you were talking about the tiers and what it means to some of these families. But again, it's not the end.
No,
it's not the end.
But we wait for that your name to get called, right? You wait on your name to get called, and your name getting called is more than that jersey.
Yeah.
We still stay in Washington, D.C. area, DMV. We have made it home. All right, so that's how big it is. We're spending the rest of our life in the place that we played in.
It's funny. I was talking to my wife last night, and I was like, "Did you ever think we'd be living in Virginia?"
Yeah.
No, is the answer. Like I thought we'd move back to California, do the whole thing. But again, it kind of opens you up to a community, opens you up a way of life. Like my kids are Virginians now. Like
that's all they know. They don't know California.
100%. So it is a life-changing thing from the money, from the family, from the environment you're going to, the 100%. And so on today's show, we're going to talk a little bit about what that looks like. Like basically, how do they make decisions in the draft room to come to these opportunities to draft these young athletes? So we're going to kind of go through like this, what I'm going to call like a tier system explanation. So I think a lot of people, Fred, are familiar with these vertical countdowns, right? Player 1 to 50, 1 to 100, 1 to 150, whatever it looks like. And to me, that is an inadequate way to make a list.
Well, this because they trying to consume all 32 teams.
Yep.
They're not looking at it from, the only team we care about is Washington. All right? And the only thing I care about out of these first 32 picks is number 7, the one I got.
Yeah.
All right, so therefore, Washington big boy gonna look totally different than Mel Kiper's. Mel is trying to pick for the Dolphins. Mel is trying to pick for this team.
Yeah.
Like, our board shrinks because, all right, we got one pick in the first round. All we care about is if this player or this player falls to this spot, this is the players we want. And once these players start to go off the board, your board starts to shrink.
Yeah.
Now, let's just say none of the players that you wanted are there. That's when you get on the phone and start to make calls. So it's different when you're looking through one eye of one GM.
Yeah, so to me, Tana, like everyone talks about 1 to 100, and everyone says, "Oh, why isn't that the right way to do it? Don't you just want the next best player?"
No.
So like, I think Fred kind of touched on some interesting stuff there. One of the things is like, you take about these tier systems. So like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, because the differences between players, Tana, like between you and Fred, for example, I don't remember you guys coming out, but like maybe it's not that much different. And we're sitting there and it's like, well, how do we quantify that? You know, a vertical board doesn't really do a good job of showing you that. So that's where you talk about tier system. Hey, you got 3 players in tier 1, we got 10 players in tier 2, we got 15 players in tier 3. So when we get to that point of the draft, like Fred's talking about, you could make the best decision for
your team.
Right. Does that make sense, Dan?
Makes a lot of sense.
And I think it's one of those things that people don't think about because like it goes in line with like the best player available, which was Fred was talking about. So like best player available, it is subjective per team. So the best player available for Washington is different
than the best player for Dallas.
And people say, well, why is that?
Scheme.
How we do things. Who we need. The bodies that we're missing. You know, the bodies that we need depth. You know, the positions we need depth at. You know what I mean? Like a lot of stuff plays a part of your final decision or that decision period, but it doesn't fit this other team's decision because they could say like, well, that guy right there fits what we want to do right now. You know what I mean? And Washington can be sitting there saying, well, it's a guy that we can probably stretch our arms a little bit and back out of this thing because you know the guys that's here, we kind of okay at all 3 of those positions.
I got 2 guys like that on my roster already.
And even higher level than that, like let's say you're a 4-down team and you want a big defensive end. Or you're an odd front and you want like a pass rushing specialist. Like that's a different body type. It's a different skill set. Both have value, but the value for those teams is different. So the board's going to look different. So when you get to that second tier of players and you look around, you say, well, this player's got the same grade as this other player, but one's a corner and one's a right guard. For the Commanders, the corner has more value, right? So it is best player available, but it also kind of weeds in team need. And I do think the tier system, Tana, helps show you that. It's kind of like finances, I would think in some ways, right? You have like A plus stocks, B plus stocks. There's not just one stock that's a B plus stock. There's 100 in there. Right? Like
you got to find which one you comfortable with taking some risk with. And that's the draft. It's just like stock. All these players come with risks and reward. That's the thing about it. I hate to tell people this. Everybody you draft ain't going to even be on the team in 2 years.
Isn't it funny though? We talk about the tiers and talk about how many guys are already perceived to be that key guy, that key, you know, player that's going to be able to come in here and make a difference. And then you get in every draft, no matter how you pick them, how you call it, someone weighed in round 6 or 7
gonna be a baller.
End up being the best of that class.
Being a baller.
You know what I mean? Or the best for what you needed for your team. And it's just odd because you look at them and saying like, you wonder as a fan, because I wonder as a former player, like how you didn't, was it because of the way, where he was at in college?
Yeah.
How that team performed? Mm-hmm. Because if this guy is good, how is he not perceived to be a higher draft pick? Why is he so far on the board?
Like he said, because of the tier he was in. Our draft, Steve Smith.
Yeah.
Got drafted in the back end of the draft. But then we got Jamal Reynolds, DN from Florida State, going number 10, didn't play a down in Green Bay his whole career.
It's so funny that busts and later round breakout guy has kind of, I don't want to say disappeared. It still happens, like you're right, Tana, but it's become so less common because I think teams are so much better at the analytics
than they used to be.
It's
back
like
in the
Steve
day.
Smith,
nowadays
like
is a
Steve
lot
Smith,
different.
for example, would be an analytics darling because he was an explosive playmaker. He separated well. He had a deep average depth of target. So there's no way that he wouldn't be like a second round pick now because of this advanced data stuff. And then like the DN, I have no idea who it is, but like
Jamal Reynolds was the number one DN.
He's phenomenal.
They look at like 40-time vertical jump, but they also look at like some of these like proximity to, there's all these advanced GPS things now, which help kind of mitigate some of that stuff. And the more data you get on these players, the easier the breakdown is.
Yeah, I just wanted, like, it's just odd to me because I feel like when you play, like, let's just bring up Steve Smith again since we was talking about him.
Yeah.
As a receiver, watching him when I saw his highlights, I'm like, he can go.
Yeah.
We even everything I did at Miami, he was doing at Utah.
Yeah.
Or Utah State, wherever he was at. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, but that's how you get not mentioned or not seen because of the school you at and the competition. So you might look at that and say, well, his competition that he played is different from, just like me and my homeboy talk about, I committed to Western Michigan. If Tanner goes to Western Michigan, I'm going to catch for 1,200 yards probably every year because that's how the receivers was getting involved. But I won't get the same recognition that I got in Miami. In Miami, I got way less than that every year, and I was considered one of the top wide receivers. So it's all about that school too, and the competition level and the stage you play on.
The stage you play on.
A lot of those big games that I played in, it was big game after big game, and who was showing up? Six. So now you're showing nationally televised viewers and the fans that, oh, this guy can play on the big stage.
Yeah, but it's also measurements. Measurements get players drafted lower. All right,
it is true.
Go back to our draft class. Drew Brees.
Yep.
Drew didn't have none of the measurements
for a quarterback
that they wanted. Hall of Famer. Got taken in the second round. He would have been the first round if you're going off Purdue stats.
Off the stats.
He had the stats, but he didn't have the measurements, and I think that's where guys get caught when my hands ain't big enough. My arms ain't long enough.
Because I will say that, and I'm glad you brought it up. If I'm not at Miami, I don't get drafted in the first round, mainly because they didn't even want me to be in the first round as a receiver anyway. They say, you're 5'9.5", 5'10". I had a write-up in the Miami Herald, which the Dolphins was trying to get me to drop anyway, that had never been a receiver Santana Moss's size that got picked in the top 10 that they had me projected to go as a wide receiver in the first round. And it was false. It was somebody a couple of years prior that had got picked that high. But they was trying to get me for cheaper. You know what I'm saying? And it was crazy because even when I went out there and performed, ran my 40, first thing they said was, if you was 5'11", you'd be the first receiver off the board. You know? So it's crazy that you brought up the measurement thing because that played a huge factor in my draft status and even being one or two or three or four receivers taken in the first round.
So it's so funny you bring that up because like everyone says, oh, why do people care about the measurements? Like, why is that important? You know? And Santana, you're an exception. Like you're a unicorn. You're unique. Drew Brees is a unicorn. He's unique, right? There are 100 Drew Breeses for every one that makes it. You know what I'm saying? Because like those measurements are funny because they do work. Like I think about defense. Like I had to block defensive linemen, right? Like, and there were guys that I remember being difficult to block. Alden Smith, DeMarcus Ware. They had long arms, right?
You couldn't get in their chest.
I couldn't get in. Donnell Hunter, I couldn't get in them. But then there's other guys that were good players in college. You'd wear them out. They just couldn't use their length the right way, right? So like there are reasons for these thresholds, and there are reasons coaches to seek them out, and there are reasons analytics communities have like leaned into this. But I do think it's remember, like there's always an exception. It's just how much are you willing to bet on that exception? And you'll see that we're going to talk about my top 100 big board here in a second. Like there are players that I like a lot, but I don't know what to do with them because they don't
meet your measurements. But
they're exceptions to the rule.
But that's what makes special NFL players special to me.
Yeah.
Like, when I see a Darren Sproles on the field, I know why he on this field.
But there's one of those guys.
No. Kansas State has gave us multiple of those guys.
But have
Rock Copwright, Darren Sproles, and who came out there?
The guy name is who played before Sproles.
Yeah, who played before
He played
Sproles.
with me and with the Jets. He was a kick return. I forgot his name. I can't think
Little
of
dudes.
Yeah.
Kansas State won't recruit you if you over a 5'9". No, but these guys.
But they were really productive. But are they as productive in the league?
Yeah, they was.
I mean, Sproles is the one.
Sproles was the exception, I think, out of all those.
Rock played 13 years.
But Rock was like a fullback.
Special teams.
Special teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No. What?
But like people say, like, why was he never as productive as he was in college?
Yeah.
And a little bit of it's because you don't have the 40, you don't have the explosive power, right? You don't have all those different things.
Your dude, Maurice Jones-Drew,
That's my guy.
didn't have he don't measure up in nothing.
But I actually think he's a really good comp to Tana because dude came out and ran a 4.38 at like 215 and he's 5'9".
I've been saying with nubs.
And he had like a 40-inch vertical.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden he was like, dude, that dude's crazy explosive.
Yeah. Like I didn't think he would be the guy he was when I heard he was going to Jacksonville. I'm like, oh, Fred's over there. Like you're not coming in there and gonna outplay Fred Taylor.
Yeah.
And before you know it, they was going 1 and 2. They was going, he get a couple of carries, he get a couple of carries. So but he is one of those, like you said. There's about 10 of those guys, but one of them make it, and he's the exception.
Yeah, and so that's where the analytics come in. And again, going back to the tier system, like all the tier system is just like a decision matrix, right?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we've gotten through these 3 guys. We don't have a value here for us. Move on to the next tier. Who do we like here? Can we trade back? All those different things. So I think that's going to do it for the first segment of the show. And now we got to announce, Fred. I'm curious to see how this goes today. Who the GOAT of the Reeds is.
Do we even got our Reeds today?
Do. Jason's got them. On it. So who's the GOAT of the Reeds? We've got this nice statue.
I think Fred did his thing this week.
Is it Logan?
Oh, let's go. Oh, no.
Well, thank you, Jay.
I had a guy at the live event tell me that I won the Reeds this week. That was really nice of you. That was nice. Good job, Fred.
About time. Diamonds and gold.
You had 3 Reeds to win. I only had 1.
That is true. Ten only had 1 Reed.
Time to stop all that hate. Get that hate out your heart. Congratulations.
I'm going to congratulate him, baby.
Congratulations
Great
to
job,
me.
man. Great job.
This dude.
Great job. Even the garbage get a steak every now and then.
Hot cocoa.
Even the garbage get a steak. That's elite commentary.
I held these because I don't want you reading ahead.
Oh, okay.
Oh, to make sure that we're locked in.
That's what I'm talking about. He trying to make this thing spicy. You know what I'm talking about?
Pick Reed.
All right. Look at this nice new
Triple
helmet.
A.
Say, pass that new thing.
Dude, is this for real? U.S. Army. Is this for real?
Like,
It's fate. We're destined.
All right, one person gets 2. I think.
Yeah. Who was it? We got Virginia Lottery. Okay, here we go.
yeah, I got.
So, Tana, who you got? What you got?
I got AAA. I'm the first one.
All right, here we go. That's a nice long one
I
there.
got Geico.
So we already on the first read?
Yep.
Already on the first read.
Let's get it. Commanders fans, your fandom has just got an upgrade. Introducing the AAA Commanders MVP membership, where real fans get real perks and the same trusted AAA membership benefits. The new AAA Commanders membership provides a chance to win game tickets, access to VIP events and experiences, 15% off at the Commanders Online Pro Shop, while providing peace of mind for Commander fans on the road. Already a AAA member? Don't sit on the sideline. Upgrade your membership or join today at AAA.com/Commanders.
I
got you.
That was very solid. You have till break 2 to think about that.
Yeah, no, I got it. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna sick him. Sick him, dog. Sick him. We need to get another.
That 9 roll with it.
We need to get another state read like Delaware or something.
Dude, yeah, we need to get whoever wrote that read, man. Great job.
We need a new state. You know what I'm saying?
You read it a few times. You just ain't match up though.
Nah, man. you had that fireplace crackling in the back.
I know.
In the background.
He brought his own sound
Yeah,
effects.
just warm milk sitting beside him.
All right, so now we're doing Logan's, that's me, top 32 tiered, brought to you by the U.S. Army. Be tested, but not just on paper. Be strong and more than muscle. Be courageous and supported by a mighty team. Be all you can be. Visit goarmy.com to learn more. Also, I forgot about this. We the Commanders have tremendous draft coverage this year.
Oh, yeah, we do. Yeah.
So, Tanner, you're going to Pittsburgh.
Locked and loaded.
You'll be there. I think you might have an opportunity to interview the person when they're there.
Whoever we pick.
Fred, you're going to be?
I'm going to be at Northwest Stadium with the fans rocking to hear that name get called.
So where will y'all be at? Will y'all be on the field or will y'all be in we be in a little...
in the area.
Yeah, in a little... area when we was at last year a little bit.
It's going to be a party.
Yeah.
And so
party
also, area. And then I'll be here with London, in studio with London, Bram, like our game day crew. We'll be here talking about that. And we have an hour of pregame show leading up to the draft.
Yeah.
So talk about, if you're a Commanders fan, I don't know if there's anything else you want to look at. Right?
Listen, we're going to give you everything you need.
We got video breakdowns. We've got all sorts of stuff, tiered, anything you want.
Yeah.
Breakdowns at 7, the whole thing. So like, make sure you check that out. And then we are live for 15 minutes during the pick.
Yeah.
We have exclusive interviews with Adam Peters, Dan Quinn, the whole
you got
thing.
my reaction after the pick.
Yeah.
Which have a reaction from you probably the whole time.
So if you're a Commanders fan, you love this show, and you love the Commanders, which we know you all do, make sure you check that out. All right, so now let's get into the tier list. Fred and Tana, I think you have a copy of the tiers here somewhere.
Yeah, I do.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run down pick. We're gonna do it in segments. We're gonna go pick 32 to 14, and you guys can ask me anything you think stands out. And basically, I'm gonna tell you why I made the tier cutoffs where I did. So
all right, so we're gonna go from the bottom up.
Go from the bottom up, 32 to 14.
All right, you gotta tell me about 31.
31?
Yeah.
Emmanuel Pregnon?
Yeah, tell me about him.
So he's a guard from Oregon.
Yeah.
The fans can't see this.
Yeah. So let's. I'll read them up. I'll read them up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a great production note.
Yeah.
And if you want to see this list, it's on the Commanders website, so you can go check it out.
You can check it out.
So basically, from 32 up is Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, safety from Toledo. Emmanuel Pregnon,
I like him.
Guard from Oregon. Christian Miller is a defensive tackle from Georgia. Blake Miller is a tackle from Clemson. Denzel Boston is player 28, and that is my first tier. So basically that first, or that, it's really the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth tier is kind of the players that I think could go anywhere from the bottom of the first
to the second round.
And there's more players in that tier, but we're just talking about the first round.
Yeah.
So that's the first tier. The second tier, which we're talking about in this segment, is Chris Johnson, the cornerback from San Diego State, Traden Stukes, the safety nickel player from Arizona, Eli Stowers, the tight end from Vanderbilt, Jordan Tyson, receiver from Arizona State, Max Ionankor from Arizona State, the tackle, Monroe Freeling, tackle from Georgia, Caden Proctor, the monster tackle from Alabama, Kenyon Sadiq, tight end from Oregon.
Too low.
Caden McDonald, we'll talk about that in a second. Caden McDonald, defensive tackle from Ohio State. Mekhi Lemon, receiver from USC. Akeem Mesidor, defensive end from Miami. Keldrick Falk, defensive end, defensive tackle, kind of hybrid guy from Auburn. And then Omar Cooper Jr., receiver from Indiana.
Yeah.
And so basically the tiers go fifth tier from
fourth tier,
32 to 28.
Yep.
Fourth tier goes from 27 to 15. And I'll talk to you through it if you got any questions on that.
All right, 31.
So you wanted me to talk about Pregnon,
I
right?
want you to talk about Pregnon first. And
so basically, like when I look at offensive lineman, Tana, I look for like a little bit of size and a little bit of strength. And he has all of that stuff. He's got good feet, but the thing that really jumps out to you is when he puts his hands on you, I see people's souls leave their body. They're surprised at how strong and powerful this man is.
So good hands.
Great. He's got a 10.5-inch hand, so huge hand.
Yeah.
He's able to like create his own space in the run game, move people off the spot. I think he is actually a better athlete than people think. And I just see a guy that is going to probably be a starting guard at some point, given the right system. Obviously, probably more of a gap scheme type of guy. But I see value there. And people say, oh, like I have Chase Basantis from A&M higher than him, or Rutledge from Georgia Tech higher. I think there's more consistency in his play. And I think his elite, you talk about elite traits, Fred?
Yeah.
Is his strength. And so let's talk about this first.
Which transfers to the NFL.
Yeah, and so I think he's going to be a low first, early second round player because I think there are some athletic limitations.
Yeah.
And he's a guard. So like the value there in the first round, I think there's players that are more valuable than him, if that makes sense.
All right, so I was going to ask you a question too about that. So basically he's in the fifth tier, but he's still a first round talent.
Yeah, so every year there's all these guys that kind of are like you talk to like a GM or a regional scout, and there's like, oh, there's a guy that I think could go anywhere between 20 and 37.
Yeah.
Okay.
So first round player by grade.
Yeah.
But like when you're going through the picks, we just talked about this, right? Like let's say I have Emmanuel Pregnon and trading Stukes on the board at the same time.
Yeah.
Right? The safety from Arizona. And I'm a team that needs a safety. Even though I think Emmanuel Pregnon's a stud of a player.
I got to take the guy now.
I'm going to take the quote-unquote best player available in trading Stukes. And so then Emmanuel Pregnon moves down a pick. Maybe it's the same thing there, but just keeps moving down. Like something that Adam Peters said last year, which I thought was fascinating to this point, Tana, was they thought Josh Connolly could go as high as 7. I think it was to Chicago at the time, right?
Yeah.
And that's totally reasonable.
Yeah.
But then you do the 1-for-1 matrix thing the whole way down.
Yeah.
And he's there at 29.
Yeah.
Right?
He's waiting on you.
Yeah, because he's not in a certain tier on certain people's orders. So I think that's kind of what I'm talking about there with the tier system.
So with that being said, I mean, I asked you that question so you can answer this question. Where you consider him as the best at his position on that draft class?
You talking about
how many other
guards
guards you think that's in front of him?
So in this class, Emmanuel Pregnon, one.
Yeah.
And it's
But that's why I asked the question.
Yeah.
You see where he at?
Yeah.
That far down
That's
in the
a
first
great
round.
point, Tana.
Yeah.
But he's the number 1 guard.
Yeah.
That, you know what I mean?
Well, he the number 2.
But that's exactly right, because you look at it and you're like, if you're a guard needy team, and we don't get Van Gaioni, who's the second guard?
He's the second guard.
And so maybe he goes higher than that, right? So that's how that.
And it's a thin line between these. First,
100%.
Because as I look at here, at 28, you got Denzel Boston.
Yep.
But also, at 12, you got Cardinal Tate.
Yeah.
Not a big gap for me.
Yeah, but there's
big enough gap.
So to me, a better example from the third tier to the second tier is Omar Cooper Jr., who's my 15th player.
Yeah.
And Cardinal Tate is my 12th player.
Yeah.
Right? Like either in different tiers.
But right there.
But they're right next to each other.
Right.
They're cousins up there. So that's a great example of like the tier system, what's going on there. And so I know there's a couple other names on there, Fred, that irritate.
This just really scratches my itch. All right? Listen to me. And in no draft, it's Kenyon Sadiq. Supposed to be your 20th player in your third. He's in the third group.
He's in the third group.
Tier. He's a first tier athlete.
So this is a really good example of why the tier system is important. Because if you're on a vertical list, right, you see 20, you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But he's in the same category to me as Omar Cooper Jr.
So he's actually in the 4th tier, right?
Yes, he's in the he's in the 4th tier.
Ugh.
So, but he's in the same category. So I think he could go as high as 15.
Yeah.
But I also think he can go as low as 27.
Yeah.
Right. So he's in that. That's how I view the tier system.
But you know what's so interesting about all this? Because like there's going to be guys like who are, I guess you can say that we call draft gurus, who's on that stage that night, and they're going to be talking about all these players. And then something may shift, like we just talked about with the Giants already, shifting things. Something may shift. A guy might get picked out of his position or spot that everybody predicted he was going to go in.
Yeah.
And then now that other team might say, well, that was my guy.
Yeah.
I got to go for my next best guy. And that next best guy on their board could be that lineman you just talked about. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it just, to me, I feel like it happens all the time. And, you never know, because for you to say that he's the second best guard and you got him down there, who's to say that the team gets a trade or, that might want to get him a little higher.
I think that's exactly right.
But with that being said, too, say for instance you have a team that's picking at 29 or 30, right? And they trade and maybe get another pick. Maybe that 30th pick that they maybe gave to somebody else. Do you think they still go after that guy that they wanted at 30 higher? Or do you say they say to themselves,
if they feel like the dude gonna fall?
I feel you, but if they on the board and they say that they need a guard, but they went in there and gave somebody a pick that they needed because they was going to get more down the road.
Yeah,
do they still go get that guard with a different pick up higher than where they was at? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
no, it's a good point. I think a really good example what Tanner's talking about is like I've heard this is we're gonna get to this in a second, but I've heard like people say, oh, this is a 7-player draft, kind of at the top, right?
Yeah,
and I have exactly 7 players in like my top 2 tiers.
Yeah.
So like you've heard, Adam Peters talking about trading back, and they'd be willing to trade back to that 11 or 12 range.
Yeah.
You know what that tells me? Mm-hmm. They have exactly
6 players.
6 players
yes.
in that tier because basically they're saying if we don't have the person we want at 7, we can trade back this far and still get one of those players in that tier.
Yeah.
And so that's where the tiers are helpful and they help you kind of in the moment. Like, this player we wanted got picked. Who else is in the same tier that we like and fills a need?
I think it's just interesting because as a player, we never knew it was really tiers. We just knew that, man, he's a first round potential.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I could say we knew like top 5 out of every position.
Yeah.
Like we knew who the top 5 quarterback.
We knew it was lottery picks.
Yeah.
But we never knew they labeled it as a tier.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's the fun thing too, is like top 5 at a position is one thing. But like, so for example, like I was talking to one of our producers and it was like, I only have 3 centers in the top 100 players.
Yeah.
Right. So that, so that tier, they're in like the 6th tier, the 7th tier, right?
Yeah.
They're way down the board, but they're still the best center
at the position.
Yeah, the best.
You know what I'm saying?
But
So
that's why your draft grade is always more important than everything else because your draft grade is saying no matter what year of a draft, this is what his grade is overall as a player.
Yeah.
And I think that's why the draft grade hold a little bit more weight than the tiers.
Yeah. And so for me, like obviously if the Commanders were to trade down, obviously the Jets at 16, like some of these players in here, just names like Keldrick Falk would be interesting. Keem Mesidor from Miami, absolute dog, 26 years old. Mekhi Lemon, I mean, I can't get out of the Amon-Ra St. Brown comp with him. Like I just see that so closely with him.
Listen, the look he had in his eyes at the combine, sign him up. I like players with a little edge, and he seemed to be like all football. He like, man, I don't ask him questions. I can't hear to play football. Like this kind of like his mindset.
Yeah, 100%. Everyone talks about, hey, we need a corner, right? Obviously, there's Mansour Delane's in my 2nd tier, but you move down, you're like, I think Chris Johnson's a heck of a football player. So if you're in that 16 point, even though that seems high on a lot of mock drafts recently and other people's boards, like he's in that tier where the 17th pick should approximately happen. So I think it wouldn't be too much.
I got an interesting name for you. And it's crazy because I feel like the closer we get to the draft day, this guy's name has been talked about now as high as 9. And you have him right here in your 4th tier, Jordan Tyson.
Dude, I'm really glad.
So like, you know what I mean? Like give me your breakdown on why he's a 4th tier guy to you, but folks are talking like he may sneak up in the top 10 picks.
So to me, I talked about this with Fred earlier today. Like he is the best receiver in the draft. Like to me, it's not even close.
Yeah.
You watch him versus Texas Tech. If you guys got time to go watch a Texas Tech game, man, he has like 12 catches. He's all over the field, acrobatic catches, body control, the route running, the stems. It's all there. He gets out of his cut.
He's explosive. I've been watching him.
No wasted movement.
Just there.
The problem is
hamstrings.
I haven't seen an MRI. I haven't seen an X-ray. I haven't talked to a kid. I haven't talked to a doctor. So I hear that he's missing significant time. He's only played a third of the games over the last a third of the games of the last 2 years. So like as good as I think he is, like what is the best availability?
Availability
is the best
ability.
There we go. I messed it up.
Yeah, you butchered that.
Butchered it. But that's so with him, like Dana, like I think he's a stud. But like what is the risk associated with that? And where do I feel comfortable?
Yeah.
And to me, as a guy who doesn't have any medical information, I'd say between 15 and 27.
Yeah.
I think it's fair, though. I think it's fair because that's one of the things that we look at about quarterbacks who didn't play a lot in
I don't like drafting them. I don't like drafting.
And they sneak up into the draft because of how well they performed in a 40 or may have a huge arm.
Just 1 year.
And then when you see them play, thrown into that position quicker than they probably it doesn't add up. And you say to yourself, this is what we was sketchy about. You know what I mean? So I get it, but I think that position alone, being where Jordan is at, Jordan Tyson, receivers are on a different level in the league. And if he's healthy enough, he's going to get enough opportunity to go out there and show us he's worth where they say he may go or where he may, end up at.
It's scary to think about that this guy could be a Los Angeles Ram in the 2nd round. Like, that's scary to me.
Yeah.
It is scary because he's a good football player.
Yeah.
He's a good football. And so that's, again, something else maybe to talk about is the way I do this is I go like 1 to 100. And I think the 100th player is a good player. I think the first player is a good player.
Yeah.
But I think the first player is less risky than the 100th player. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like, as you move up the draft, you're just mitigating and managing risk.
That's all it is. The first round is all risk averse. Like, I'm trying to not mess up more than I'm trying to hit a home run.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think if there's any other players here that would be interesting for Washington. Like you were talking about Kenyon Sadiq at 20. Mm-hmm. Like you love him, right? And so this is what I want to bring up. I'm glad we get back to the Kenyon Sadiq thing. So this is my board. Yeah. Like, and I could represent, the Logan Paulson fighting lumberjacks or whatever, right? Fred has a different board. And this is where the pre-draft information stuff comes in. Cause I'm trying to figure out what the value of Kenyon Sadiq is as the Lumberjacks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like if Fred has him at 5 and I'm picking at 7 and I know I don't really value Kenyon Sadiq, but Fred is all over it. Maybe that's a good trade candidate.
Maybe that's a good trade.
And it fits for Fred, but doesn't fit for me.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's where everyone talks about silly season, misinformation season. That's another thing too, is it's like Tana might feel differently about the receiver order than I do.
Yeah.
And I got to try to figure out what Tana thinks so then I can sell to Tana. Yeah. Right?
Most definitely. Listen, it's like if all three of us go shopping together, we all know we're going to get shirts, pants, and shoes, but we're going to like all totally different stuff.
Yeah. That's exactly right. So that's good. That's kind of my first 2 tier, my 4th and 5th tier in the draft from 15 to 32. And we're just trying to kind of give you an exercise here to show what an NFL team is thinking about, right? Yeah. Mine is not as detailed as theirs is. Like they have analytics and numbers and data and all this stuff, reports and highlight reels on every single guy. We're just trying to give you a little breakdown here. So let's get to break number 2, boys. And I got a couple of reads. You have a read here, right?
I do. So isn't it strange? People really want to save money, but are so willing to toss their hard-earned coin into a 3-foot pool of disappointment. You don't need to throw your money away. All you need is your phone. Go to Geico, get a quote, and you could save $900 with your phone. It feels good to save some coin. It feels good to Geico.
That was nice, Fred. I felt like that was just very kind of like your friendly neighborhood.
Spider-Man?
Yeah, that's kind of what it felt like to me a little bit.
Sounded like Mr. Rogers to me.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers.
You know. Doesn't it feel good?
Throw that hard-earned coin.
Okay, so let's talk about.
Have you ever stole money out the wishing well?
Have you?
No,
I have.
Yeah,
I'm not ashamed to say
surprised. That don't even come up in my mind. I don't walk by there and say, "Oh, a penny." A quarter.
You know when the snowballs used to cost 25 cents? Let me get that out you.
Dude. Have you? What's that? There's a movie where where the kid is swimming around with a snorkel.
Yeah.
In the thing.
And just getting all the money out of there. Listen, it's free money in there. You ain't stealing nobody's wish.
I mean, you kind of are. If
no, I'm not. You left this wish in this pool.
So what do you think they do with the money? Because somebody has to take it out of there.
Oh, I know what I do with it.
No, I'm saying like whoever owns that well, or if that.
I think at one point they collected and let us fill it up again.
Yeah, probably.
But until a guy like me come around and be like, hey, free money.
But you know what else? You need coins in there, though. If you take too many coins out,
nobody know what it's for.
Yeah.
But most definitely, you cannot say you ain't had the urge.
I think it's someone.
Steal.
I think if you own that
steal money out of that wish away.
They're normally in shopping plazas or just in I think it's someone has to say, you know what, I'm gonna go out there and get all the Bitcoins.
Yeah,
and leave the pennies in there so people will have the urge to do it. But someone's taking that money.
They better be glad I ain't homeless.
I'm not surprised you
want
to
homeless. I would pitch a tent right next to this wishing well, and I'm gonna eat every day.
Hey, homeless man, picture this: homeless man sitting there with an umbrella and a chair and with a sign, "Don't forget to punch your wish. Don't forget to make a wish.
Make your wish, because I wish I had a ham sandwich." That's what I'm finna do.
Dude, when you go home, he gonna go in there. Yeah, I'm gonna go get my food now.
Dude, when you said that, and Tana was just like, "Oh Lord,"
like, bro, I'm
it
not
just
surprised.
reminds me of like a dad and a son, and it's like he's at the food court.
I'm just so ashamed.
Eating his hamburger or whatever he's eating. Maybe
catch his son stealing,
and then he just looks over and he's like, "Oh, like Fred's in the well again."
Son just walking across the tables.
Yeah, there.
Walking across the tables, going to the well.
I'm just saying, man, that's very tempting. Yeah. Like I've always said, it take a real man to walk past a wishing well and don't have no bad thought.
A real man.
It take a real man. Come
Fred.
on, it's free money.
So you say you have a bad thought, and that bad thought is to steal.
I'm finna get wet.
just takes it like taking his. Could you imagine him taking his shoes off and then just see Fred pulling his tight jeans up?
I can imagine him not caring what they say because he'll do it in broad day.
I do not care. When I leave this thing, I'm going to that change machine that you just pour the change in, and they give you dollars. Listen, man, y'all can't say. I know y'all good guys. I know you go to church. I understand. But you cannot say you ain't looked at church. You looked at that money one time and said, you know what? It's free.
Never.
Because it is free.
I never thought of it.
It don't say right there, don't get the change. It don't have a sign.
I've always walked by and say, man, boy, I wish I was the person getting all them coins, but I never thought about going.
But they ain't never had a sign that say, don't reach in here and get coins.
Yeah, but it's like you almost know just not to do it. Like, that's somebody's wish.
I need the sign to see.
When I was young, you guys might have done this before. We'll see. So I remember my parents and I, we didn't eat out a ton together. Like we eat at the house or whatever. And we went to like an old school diner. And with the old school diner, like you just leave the cash on the table.
Yeah.
So I got up and I was walking my pokes and I was behind them and I was like, there's $5 on the table. Oh, there's someone left a 10 right here.
Oh, so you stealing way what you mean?
And so I just walked down and I went up to my mom and I was like, Mom, look at all this money. And my mom was like, Logan, oh my God, you go put that back. And I was like,
for what? That's what I'm saying. Like you at that point, because you had no ear. Real in your head. Yeah. So
I thought it was just money. Like someone who's I thought someone had forgotten money. Like left their wallet on the table.
I totally understand.
I ain't squeaky clean. I will say this since y'all want to tell the truth. I'm glad everybody
coming on out now. He been in that fountain. He been in that fountain.
No, I ain't
I was 5.
The only thing I've done that lead up to you stealing the coin out of the fountain, you taking people tips.
I put them back, dude.
I could tell you, I could count on one hand how many times I went to church as a young, kid.
You stole out the serving plate.
No, I didn't. So
you've done that.
My grandma would give me $5. I'm gonna give away one. I'm not getting. She like, this is for the. You're not getting all my $5. I'm taking home $4.
She gave you that for the Lord.
I didn't know it. I didn't know that back then. I just knew that she gave me $5.
You knew it.
And it was one.
I love going to
if
church.
If she didn't give me the $5 bill, she don't mean she mean the plate come around multiple times. Put $1 every time. It only came around one time. I was only in there for one time.
That man stole from the church's money.
They kicked you out of church every Sunday.
A little bit of that is just not knowing. It's just not knowing.
Yeah, I was young, but
you're proactively thinking about.
I found out when I got home because my mom like, where you get all this money from? I'm like, oh, grandma gave it to me. She's like, boy, I put it go on that plate. I say, all of it? She said, yeah, next time you better put it in the plate. I ain't go back.
Yeah.
You know?
No, listen, when they were handing the plate around, I was all this money here, they don't need all this.
I know.
Listen, the church got enough money.
Hey, man. So, but it's one of those things of being naive, not knowing.
You don't know.
He know damn well what the hell he doing.
47 years old, waiting in the fountain. If you see Fred at the supermarket waiting in the fountain, please let us know.
Listen, it's pictures of me stealing out of fountains all over America.
All over America.
Hey, I can see one of the fans going put an AI picture of you doing like this.
Listen,
dude, send that in, please.
They better, like I say, you better be glad I ain't struggling. Because I know some hacks, all right? I know some legit hacks, all right?
Oh, man.
Dude, he's got like a little circuit of
I bet him. I just know he is. Like, he ain't lying.
All right, let's get to the top, what is it? Top 3 tiers. Sorry, I'm just messed up there. Review those real quick. And this is important because that's where the Commanders are picking potentially, right?
Yes, we are.
And just as a reminder, this is my personal board. I have no inside knowledge on what the Commanders are actually doing.
No, none of us do. Yeah, I'm tired of people. Don't ask me who we drafting because
ask me.
They don't let Fred Peters know nothing. All right?
Fred Peters is crazy by you.
Oh man,
what you got?
All right, well, on your top tier. All right, do I have any objections to how do I feel?
Because it's really the top 2 tiers. So let me read this off. So 14. Jerron McCoy from Tennessee.
I love it.
ACL, I know you do, so you're probably stoked about that. 13, Spencer Fano, tackle from Utah. 12, Carnell Tate, wide receiver from Ohio State. 11, Dylan Thieneman, Oregon.
Too high.
We'll talk about that in a second. 10, Ruben Bain Jr. from Miami, defensive end. 8, Francis Maui Noah, offensive tackle from Miami. 7, Mansour Delane from LSU. 6, Arvell Reese, Ohio State. Caleb Downs, Ohio State. David Bailey, Texas Tech. Sonny Styles, a lot of Ohio State boys in here, boys. A lot of Ohio State boys.
That's how draft usually look with Ohio State. The one thing I can say Ohio State do a good job with, they recruit specimens.
They do. Like, this year especially.
I'm not going to hate on Bluefoot. When Bluefoot came out, Bluefoot was a specimen.
Yeah.
Like Nate Clemens, when we came out, me and Santana Clay, like they dudes look like football players and nothing else.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what they're doing. They're playing football. 2, on a little bit of a quarterback bump, Fernando Mendoza from Indiana. And then number 1 player on my board is Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame.
Yeah. I don't have many that I object to.
Okay.
I would trade 5, which is Caleb Downs.
Yep.
and probably move him where Francis Manoa is.
A lot of people would. Yep.
And I would trade. And I would put Manoa at 5. I would probably put. No, I'm pretty much good with everybody else.
You don't like Thieneman though, or you maybe don't.
Thieneman, you're right. He one of them guys that.
We talked about this before, so that's
he ain't gonna jump off the screen. But if you a teammate of his, or if you coaching him, you know what you got.
Yeah,
like he's gonna always be where you need him to be. He assignment guy.
And he's played post safety, he's played box safety, he's played true nickel, he's played dime linebacker. Like he plays all over the defense there at Purdue.
Do you think he's Harrison from the Vikings?
So that's a good question. I think he's a good tackler. The thing is the angles, but he runs a 4-3, like legit 4-3.
So he can take all the bad
So he takes all the angles he wants. Right? Like he's running, like he looks like he's like snaking around, but he's going to get there. You know what I'm saying? So I think he brings some of that flexibility to a defense. So I think people have been mocking him quite a bit too. Minnesota is picking in low teens, 18 maybe. So I could see that, but I think like the flexibility he brings, I think someone's going to value. I think he's a really high. We talked about managing risk, right?
Yeah.
Like you talk about, he's assignment sound, brings a ton of flexibility, and checked all of the athletic testing numbers, right?
Yeah.
Like he has a great interception versus Penn State where he's like playing on the far hash.
No, and he turns it back around. I remember
goes
that.
And gets it. So again, not the perfect player, but I think he checks a lot of boxes. Feel really confident about him.
And you
how high you is on Francis, man, the tackle from Miami?
So he was my third player when I started doing this, and I think I just had a couple questions about his ability to play tackle in the league. Like the more I watched him, I was like, your feet are good. Sometimes you're overextending. Like sometimes the length shows up. I think you can play tackle in the right system, but you might be a better guard. And so if you're moving a guard, like how high do you take a true guard? You know what I mean? I think he's a really good football player. I have, in terms of confidence, I am very confident he's going to be a good football player. I just know if it's going to be a tackle or a guard.
If Tennessee takes him at 4, are you surprised? Because don't forget him and Cam Ward played together.
Yeah, I would be a touch surprised because he would be playing guard for them, right? Or you're moving J.C. Latham.
Because they just paid. Did they draft the tackle?
Moore is playing left tackle for them.
Yeah.
What's the guy from Northwestern who has the crazy last name? He's playing.
Just with the S, right?
Yeah.
Chanowski?
Yeah. He's playing left guard for them.
Yeah.
J.C. Latham, who's a former first-round pick, is playing right tackle, maybe right guard.
Yeah.
So unless he's going to play right tackle, you're going to bump Latham in.
Yeah.
And to me, him and J.C. Latham are really similar prospects.
Yeah.
So I would be surprised. So like, if we want to talk about what I think is going to happen in the top 5,
give it to me.
Quarterback at 1. I think Arvell Reese at 2.
All right.
Dude, this Jeremiah Love at 3 is getting so much smoke. I think they want to trade out of it. I think they badly want to trade out of it. But this is what I'd say. This is why
I can't see the Cardinals taking him at 3. Now I can see Tennessee taking him at 4.
It's getting some heat, man. But so I'm going to say 3. That's what I think. I think they go edge rusher at 4. I think they go David Bailey at 4. And then because the Giants, Tana, they got that other pick in the top 10.
They're going to take Sonny Styles.
They're going to take Sonny Styles.
Yeah, I think Sonny Styles.
I'm going to throw up.
Yeah.
If they take Sonny Styles right there, I'm going to throw up in my mouth.
Just throw up at the stadium?
Yes,
on the grass?
Just vomit. All right.
And then I think Cleveland wants to trade out. I think Dallas will trade up if Arvell Reese or Sonny Styles is there. If not, they'll stick and pick. And I think the Jets may want to trade up at 7 for Carnell Tate. That's what I think.
And if that's what the Jets want, I would do it. Right? I'm just telling you, because what they got 16.
They got 16.
All right, so they got 2 and 16. I'm gonna take your 16, but I also want your 34.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
You have to get a second round.
Yeah. Which is the first round pick.
Yeah.
Give me a second round pick.
And 34. Give me that. Now we can dance.
Yeah, I would love that 16 pick.
Yeah.
I've been saying it from day one. Don't get me wrong. I love all these guys that projected to go where we have a pick at, but I just don't see us not having that second round pick. Like it's just, it's hard to see that we gonna pick in the first round and we ain't gonna see another pick until
the third round.
That's hard for me to believe.
Yeah, and so I think if they can get that done, if they want to come up for Carnell Tate, I think that's fine.
You can have it.
Yeah. But for me, like, again, Mansour Delane would be the guy at 7. If Sonny Styles isn't there.
Yeah, Sonny Styles.
It's something about that Jet 16 pick. I wonder why. There's always rings in my back of my head. Oh my God!
Always feels good.
I gotta tap into my Fred Smoot. I'll be around you long enough.
What's interesting though, like, 7 feels a little rich for a receiver. Like I like Carnell Tate, but again, he's in that.
I've been saying it all the time. It's odd for me because every time I'm have to talk about it, I'm like, I'm not trying to belittle the man talent because I think he's
a good
exceptional.
player. Yeah.
But it's just hard for me to
see that anybody's going to shoot that high up for a receiver that was the second on his team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like,
Don't get me wrong. He might be first in his class or might be in the top in his class, but you was second on your. We got a guy that's younger than you.
1A when you weren't even a 1A in Ohio State?
And this is not no knock on him because he
no
played
knock.
phenomenally.
No knock.
He was a guy that went out there and huge things, when opportunity. I think only had 4 drops in 3 years. So but the guy can ball.
I do think you get to 16 and all of a sudden Omar Cooper Jr., Makai Lemon, Jordan Tyson, if he doesn't go high, Denzel
That
Boston.
Jordan Tyson, man, I ain't gonna lie. I just like it. He's explosive, bro.
Nah,
if he can stay healthy in this league, bro, he got a promising career.
The thing I wanted to ask, you might not know this, is Jaden Daniels, did he play with him? Or is that he too young? Because he was in
LSU already. Brandon Ayuk was JD5's wide receiver.
Yeah. So, and then the other question I wanted to just address here is people like, well, how did you decide the tiers? Right? Like tier 1 is Jeremiah Love, Fernando Mendoza, Sonny Styles. I think those.
And how's Bailey not in that tier? How?
So to me, Sonny Styles, I have very few questions about. Checked all the physical markers, right? Like the film was good. He improved from 2024 to 2025. Jeremiah Love has been a 1,000-yard rusher 2 years in a row at Notre Dame. And Fernando Mendoza this last year, he's a quarterback, gets a little bit of a bump. David Bailey, best pass rusher in the class, I think, hands down.
But do you see him as just a pass rusher?
I think he's good against the run. I don't think he's great. And so that's why he's in the second tier for me. Right? And again, like we're talking about splitting hairs. He's my 4th rated player, right? You know what I'm saying? But I do think there is a difference between those 3 and then the next 4. And I think David Bailey, Caleb Downs, you mentioned Caleb Downs.
Yeah.
He's not in the first tier because of he didn't run a 40 and he didn't measure great.
Yeah.
So, but the film is so damn good.
It speak loud.
Yeah. So I'm just like, he's in here. Arvell Reese, we talked about this. Like, I think he's one of maybe the best athlete in the class.
Yeah.
But he's switching positions.
Yeah.
So how confident can I be in that? And then Mansour Tulane, to me, is one of the easiest evaluations.
He clean prospect.
Yeah,
clean
super
prospect.
clean. Ran well. Plays zone and man well. Got good ball skills.
He can play.
He's a ball player.
He gonna mirror you.
They asked him to do a whole different game playing at Virginia Tech than they asked him to do at LSU. So that proves what he can do. Like when you say way around the corner, I can play man to man if you need me to. I can zone up if you need me to.
Yeah. So that's kind of how I view that and how I come to those. And then you say, the next tier is 8 to 14. Just a few more questions, right? Now we talked about the guard tackle thing. Vangaioni, I think, might be the most consistent offensive lineman in the class, but he plays guard, right? Ruben Bain, there's the arm length. There's the
outfield.
Like kind of, there's stuff.
Just noise. It's just noise.
Typical stuff.
Yeah, but at 10. And then Thieneman, we talked about, I think he's really solid, but the angles, like he's different than Caleb Downs. You know what I'm saying? Carnell Tate, we talked about some of the reservations. Spencer Fano from Utah, really outstanding player, outstanding athlete, but a little undersized and might be a guard. A little farther down the board. And then Drum McCoy would probably be in the second tier, but didn't play football in 2025. So that's kind of how you do it. You just kind of say, who am I most confident? A little bit less confident, a little bit less, and then obviously that grows as you go down the board. So that's the way I see the top couple picks. And if you want to see that full top 100 list, that is on the Commander's website. Hopefully it's out by now.
Would Hakeem Messador be higher if he wasn't old?
So I think Hakeem's really good. And I put him here like kind of not thinking about the age. I think he's just a really solid player.
Football.
I think he's a good pass rusher. I think he's a better pass rusher than Falk, but I think Keldrick Falk, the length, the size, the speed.
And plus he's 19 or 20.
I think he's
a guy 26 and 19. That's a huge difference.
That's a 5-year career.
So don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to knock because he's a Hurricane. So I want to see him have a long career, but some guys going into their second contract at 26. You know what I mean?
He gonna be 30.
Dude, that is crazy to think about. So when he gets off his rookie,
he was 28 when we got drafted.
But when he gets off his rookie deal, he'll be 31 years old.
Yeah, he's gonna be 30-something years old. That's
I'm holding out after that second year. I'm holding out, man. I held out as a second rounder here. I did not come to camp. I was like, I supposed to win in the first round.
You was a first round.
And I want to get paid like it. And get what? They paid me like
Mary Jane put you in the second round. So blame her.
She did.
The other thing I wanted to mention real quick before we move on, this is the last thing, is these tackles. Monroe Freeling, Caden Proctor. Okay?
Yeah.
To me, biggest wild cards in the draft. Because I know that Cleveland wants to draft one of those guys. I know they do. But they're at, 21 and 22 for me?
Yeah.
And where's Cleveland picking? 6.
I would say high.
That's what I'm saying.
Everyone's like, are they going to trade out? hell yeah.
Yeah.
They want to trade out.
Yeah.
They're going to do everything they can to trade out.
Yeah.
Because I've heard that they would draft Caden Proctor or Monroe Freeling at 6.
Yeah.
Which is crazy work to me.
No, listen, I told you, ain't but one person got like it. This is not about all 32 teams like it. My agent told me that from day one. He was like, I was like, man, I want all 32 like it. Like, no, that ain't the way this goes.
That's not how it's going to happen.
You need one team to like it. That's it.
So keep an eye on those 2 names specifically for Cleveland at 6. And then I think that might spark a trade down with Dallas.
Yeah.
If Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles still on the board.
Yeah.
Big if. I really think those guys are going to go.
Them guys going to be gone. They already know what house they live in by that time. Like, Arvell Reese done already moved his stuff to New Jersey, right?
The one scenario that I wanted to bring up for Commanders fans that would make me excited.
Yeah.
Okay, we talked about quarterback, Arvell Reese.
Yeah.
And then we go, who is picking so they go Love, right?
Oh, okay. You saying that Jets?
Arvell Reese.
All right. And then you say
Arizona goes Love.
All right.
And then Titans go Sonny Styles. Okay. The Giants aren't drafting an edge, and Cleveland's probably not drafting an edge.
Yeah.
David Bailey.
Falls does.
Come on down.
So I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's the David Bailey, Jeremiah Love situation.
It's really the 3 guys. It's David Bailey. It's really the Sonny Styles and Arvell Reese are the 2 cogs that can make this thing go.
Yeah.
Because if one of those guys fall, Washington's going to be in a good position to trade back. If they don't fall, hopefully they push someone else down the board. David Bailey. Let's get this thing cooking.
Oh, listen, run it up there.
Run it up, baby.
Run it up there. Let him wear 89 if he got to. Run that thing up there, man.
Be stank at Ian with 89.
If he said, hey, if David Bailey called you, Tana, said, can I wear 89?
Hey, he got to call the tight end who wearing 9. He gonna call me. I say, hey.
I thought they retired your number. No, that's the Ring of Honor.
That's the real.
That was my number that they retired.
Man, get the hell out of here, man.
Because of me and Ken Houston. Yeah. They had to retire that 2-7. You ain't noticed that 2-7 don't get won, right?
Yeah, because it stink.
I know they be having that 82 out there representing. I see somebody in the lunchroom had 82 on.
All right. Break 3. Let's pay some bills. All right, I got the Virginia Lottery.
Yeah, it's your time to shine.
Huddle up, Commanders fans. The Commanders Gold Pass raffle operated by the Virginia Lottery gives you a chance to win the ultimate fan experience. That means tickets, VIP treatment, special appearances by Washington legends, and much more. Limited tickets available, so visit VALottery.com/Commanders to enter the raffle today. That's VALottery.com/Commanders. And break. Let's let that cook. Let's let that cook for a second, Fred. You're scared.
I'm over here with goat's meat on my neck. Goat's meat.
Tana feels it. Tana felt it.
Got a new champ in the making.
Tana felt that.
Got a new champion in the making.
That's what I'm all about.
All right, let's go U.S. Army. Fred, they say your work defines who you are.
It does.
Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, you're clocking in. But what happens on the weekend? What happens to your time? You could take it easy, or you could use that time to get better. In the U.S. Army, we think differently. Your time should be used to improve the skills you do have, to learn some you don't, to push yourself in new ways, because it's those days that truly define who you are. That's how you make progress, Fred, and that's how you make an impact on the world around you. It's your time. How you spend it's up to you. It's your time. The U.S. Army Reserve.
Hoorah.
Hoorah.
Hey, we got a new champion in the making,
dude,
man. That's all I got to say.
Felt good, Fred.
Fred, look, I'm sorry, man. You only held on it for one show, but it won't be yours next week.
All I know is this: the Big Ten ain't been represented in the readathon yet.
It won't be yours next week, buddy.
Yeah, the SEC goat's meat.
Yeah, man. You just got a little taste of that goat. That's all, a little taste.
Goat's milk.
It ain't even curry.
Goat's milk.
I don't even drink regular milk with my cereal. Goat's milk. Give me Captain Crunch and goat's milk.
Just want to be great. All right. So now it's on to final draft predictions. What do you expect on draft night? So this is kind of like superlatives or whatever. So I'm going to read something. I'm going to leave a blank, and then you fill it in, okay?
I got you.
The Commanders select blank. The defense might be top 10 in the league. Fred, I'm going to start with you.
You know what? I used to have this SS Impala when I was young. And that thing, boy, I used to tap that gas just a little bit. 0 to 100. 4 seconds. All right? And the one thing I know about Sonny Styles, all right, 0 to 100 in 4 seconds.
It's a good one.
If we draft Sonny Styles, we will have a top 10 defense. Check it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Really, he's that much of a Fred Warner. When you insert a Fred Warner into a defense with edges already, into a defense with interior linemen already, all right, into a defense that say Nick Krause coming down back there, top 10 defense.
Dude, I'm kind of sold on that, actually.
Me too.
That was good.
I say Styles on my man Downs, one or the other.
Dude,
I think both of them fill a void that we have. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I feel like we have some capable safeties. We have 2 good ones.
Will Harris, Nick Krause.
Nick Krause. I got a funny story about Nick Krause the other day too. He got me. No. Good.
You said hated on him?
We was out somewhere. He came up to me.
Yeah.
He came up to me. We had a Howard game.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get off track, but I got to tell the story. So we had a Howard game. I just watched my nephew playing spring game. And Nick, you know how you look at players?
And you like, he a football player.
He a football player. Yeah. Boy, Trap's about to bust out his doggone shirt. And he's like, I want to take a picture with you, Tanner Man. He said, Tanner Man. So I'm like, somebody that know me. So I'm just, and he said, how you like that boy Nick Krause? I like him. But at the time, you know, I was
You're not thinking.
I was on one.
He did not.
I was on one the whole weekend.
Yeah.
So I was like, I like him.
Yeah.
And then I went to talking about our defense as a whole. Because I'm like, well, I know he got to be on our defense.
Yeah.
I just not knowing this is Nick Krause I'm talking to.
Yeah.
So he like, all right, man, I just want to say what's up to you, man. You know, I've been a big fan since I was a jit. And I'm saying to myself, man, I know him from somewhere. I just can't tell you his name. Yeah. He was like, Tanner, you don't know who I am. And I looked at the lady, I was like, that's Nick Krause.
Yeah.
I said, I just sat here and talked to this man.
I'm glad he talked to you in third person.
No doubt. But now he messed me up, and I was like, man, you got me, man. I say, you know, football players, we all look alike. You can tell a football player.
I can walk in and look. And
I knew he was a football player, but I hadn't seen you enough outside your uniform to just know that was Nick. I'm talking to.
And he from the area. So he
But I immediately told him, I said, man, bro, I had just heard your story. There's a couple of weeks prior to you coming to the team about growing up, being fans of that 2012, being fans of the team first and foremost, but that 2012 season he talked about with RG3 and all that stuff. And I'm like, I probably ain't pay attention to the TV long enough to know how you look. Because you was in plain clothes then.
Yeah.
But he got me, man. I left
funny.
there.
Good for him.
I sobered up real quick, like, damn, I'm over here drunk. Me too. I ain't know who my damn boy Nick was. Man. But he said, nah, he said, holla at me when you see me at the facility. I said, I got you, bro.
Yeah, most definitely,
That's
man.
awesome. Good for him, though.
Nah, cool kid,
That's
man.
funny,
Cool
man.
dude.
Yeah.
Man.
Also, Fred, it was your birthday.
Yes, it was. I
didn't ask you about it.
Well, I got younger. I got Benjamin Button disease. So sooner or later,
what did you do?
He came to the golf tournament early on his birthday.
I saw that.
Surprised.
He was early, right?
Yeah, I'd be a baby in no time again. Huh? Hey, listen.
What did you? So you went to Tanner's golf tournament. That was the day of, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had so much fun.
Which was
at
awesome.
The tournament, by the way. I got my golfing partner, Jannard, Alpha Power, was
Alpha
an
Force.
actor.
Yeah.
Alpha.
Was that him?
Yeah. So
I thought I
and it was
recognized
like
him.
his second time ever golfing, which he golfed way up for it to be his second time. So he's enjoying it. We enjoying it. I had some McKellen 12. I think I had McAllen.
Yeah, McAllen.
Yeah.
Yeah, McAllen 12.
And listen to me. Blind. All right? The whole weekend blind. All right? Now I know how Stevie feels.
Well, we had a good pre-birthday celebration leading into that Friday night at Lost Fox.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, it was one of them weekends for you.
It wasn't the weekends. Sunday.
Yeah, rest.
You know how you just get on the couch? I didn't put on a head like a woman's headband. I'm out. It ain't nothing I could get. I couldn't get nobody nothing.
Yeah, Sunday, my behind got up and still went to the gym, but I was done though. Like I was done from the weekend. I was surprised though because as much as I hung out, I'm like, what was it that not having me hung over? Normally,
that B12
shot. So
at his golf
I have to make sure. So we had different companies that
wellness
that sponsored certain holes, and we got to that one hole. I'm sorry if I can't remember your name right now. I will find out because I'm gonna be calling you for some more of those B12 shots. Man, we got a B12 shot, and I knew the first night. That day I got it. After that night, I woke up the next morning like, y'all ready to go again?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is it that got me feeling like this?
I feel 23.
Because normally, I don't want to get out of bed after a long night, let alone a long day and night. So, yeah, it's the B12.
Yeah, I think I saw you at like 10.
You saw me.
You already blind.
I was maybe 11 because I had to work in the morning.
He was already there.
And I was like, at 10, it was like just, he gets all happy.
Yeah.
And like,
I was lit.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we enjoyed ourselves and what we supposed to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I celebrated like it was my birthday.
And it was his mama's birthday too.
Yeah,
So
happy
we share a birthday. So most definitely, happy birthday,
and
Miss
great
Mama.
event, Tana. Yeah, that
appreciate
was
you,
awesome.
man. Appreciate that,
So,
boys, coming
all
out.
right, now let's get to the next one. If the Commanders select blank, then we might be the best offense in the league.
Love.
I think that's at 7. That's the answer.
Love.
I will also say at 71, keep an eye out for Ted Hurst. Keep an eye out for Deshaun Stribling. Right?
You love Scribbling.
I do love him.
You love Scribbling.
I love him. That's my guy.
Can't stop talking
I think
about
he's
him.
in my top
You
50.
got him higher than anybody that I have seen. Scribbling.
I'm high on him. Who else? Other receivers at 71. Makai, no.
Zachariah Bryant.
Zachariah
I was going to
Branch.
say, what about your boy Boston?
Denzel Boston, he'll be gone.
You don't like him that high?
I think he'll be gone.
Way before 71? Oh, yeah, third. That's
before
third
71.
round. Yeah.
71, he'll be gone.
Makai Fields? No,
Malachi
Fields, yeah.
From Notre Dame.
I take Hurst from Georgia State, man.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy, though? I was talking to Jeremy Green the other day, on the phone, and he was just saying, we were both saying, I think he goes in the second round. I think too many people are, high on him.
What about old boy we was talking about from
Chris Brazell is another one, too.
No, that's Tennessee.
Yeah, but
I'm talking about old boy from Louisville.
Chris Bell.
Chris Bell and the other dude. Chris Bell, the bigger kid, right?
Yeah.
What's the 6'5" kid?
From Louisville? Oh, no, from Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, Jeff Caldwell.
Cotwell.
I think you can get him later, but for those of you who don't know Jeff Caldwell, 6'5" and a half.
Yes.
220. Ran a 4.3.
Run with the wind.
40-inch vertical. 11.3 broad jump. Just so you know, all those numbers are elite. 9.99 RAS.
6'5", 4'3"?
6'5" and a half, bro.
I put 10, 15 pounds on to put him right at tight end. Listen,
Dude, I haven't played D-end. Shoot, man.
I'm telling you.
That man rushed the passer a little bit. So I'm saying at 71, I do think there are players there.
Yeah.
Another one is Bryce Lance. And again, 71 might be a touch high, but dude can absolutely fly. And in this offense with all the play action run, getting somebody down the field in a hurry.
Yeah. Take the top off.
And also your guy, too, from Mississippi State.
Brennan Thompson.
Dude, I watched him the other day.
He can fly, dude.
And he runs, Tana.
Yeah.
He runs good routes.
No. Smooth. To be a fast dude.
Yeah, to be fast like that and run that way.
He ain't choppy. He's smooth.
Tana, it's crazy. I was watching him versus LSU maybe.
Yeah.
First play, run as a go. I'm talking walks off on this dude. Yeah. And I was like, damn. Next play runs a dig. So the guy thinks he's running vertical, throws the brakes on. Guy is running damn. And I was like, okay.
No, he can stop.
Yeah.
He can start.
Now, he's not very big. He's like 5'8", 5'9".
But he's smooth as they get.
That's all. You're 5'10"?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's very small for us, but he is
He's
good.
explosive.
I actually kind of like him better.
So he remind you of that kid from the Giants that went to the Titans. What the receiver name was?
Rondale?
Yeah.
No. He talking about Rondale.
Yeah, Rondale.
Yeah, no, he ain't thick like that.
Oh, he's smaller than that.
He's small. He's a small.
But
he's
I'm saying he's around 5'8", right? Like he's
like 160 maybe.
Yeah, but what's
he reminds me a little like Tank Dell, like that type of body type.
You know what? If Tank Dell can stay healthy,
that's what I'm saying. So like if he was bigger, he'd be in the top 60 for me. But I don't know. But anyway, so my point is, the answer at 7 is Jeremiah Love. 100%. The answer at 71 is probably one of those receivers we just talked about. Yeah. Or, I'm going to throw another name at you, Fred. Our guy, Mike Washington from Arkansas.
You love that running back, don't you?
Have you seen it?
No, he runs tough.
And he runs a 4.3.
Yeah.
And he's 230.
And he's thick.
Yeah.
Like he's thick.
He's a tough
I see why their offense was explosive because that quarterback ran fast. And then having him.
Yeah.
When you got that kind of threat in the backfield from the quarterback and your running back, and in college, it's fair game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We need you to get 100 yards on the ground, quarterback. We need you to get 100 yards. So I can just imagine how explosive those guys was together.
Dude, watching that offense. Yeah. So I watched the A&M game. Taylor Green looks like an absolute mutant in that game.
Yeah.
Like his ability to, they have an all-out pressure, and he breaks contain, deep contain in the end zone and runs for 60 yards.
Oh, easy.
Just outruns the whole defense.
Just out.
Yeah.
And if I was that OC,
playing with people.
I don't know who that guy is.
Bobby Petrino.
I would have been like, hey man, we're gonna run quarterback power. We're gonna run quarterback counter,
RPO.
Outside zone.
Everything started with RPO.
I've been doing this all day.
They did a lot of that, but they only ran one kind of zone read.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, he's got to touch the ball more.
Yeah.
If we want to win games,
I want him handling the ball
as much as possible.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. So, yeah. So running back, later in the round, like Mike Singleton from Penn State.
Yeah.
The explosiveness is exciting, but in terms of running back, I would think at 71, probably not going to be there, but Mike Washington would be a guy just to throw out there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If the Commanders select blank, then I will be hyped.
Bang for me.
Dude, so people sleep on this, and I'm going to defend my guy Tana. I like the mindset. Yeah. I like a dude who looks like he eats raw meat.
Yeah, he does.
And just is there to just kick ass and take names.
I truly believe, regardless of where he goes, but I would be crunk if he come through these doors. Because I'm telling you, I know what he's going to do for this team. Like any team he's on. But specifically ours, man, I can just see that guy going out there,
I would be high. I'm about, I like names, right? I believe all football players have a football name.
Yeah, I do.
And in this top 10, who has the most football name in that top 10?
The most football name. I got to look now before we
put it like this. Who have a name you ain't never said before you say it in his name?
Shoot. Let's see. I mean, Reuben Bain's a good name.
Bain, period, is a good name. Yeah. But it's
Mansour Delane. Those my next guess, yeah.
Because you don't know no other Mansour.
Yeah.
So if I tell you I'm finna go over Mansour, how?
Mansour sound like Game of Thrones.
I'm just saying, Mansour ready to play football.
Mansour awakened us.
Delaney. All right, that's football name right there. So if that guy gets on there, I'm happy. Because now, between him, Trey Amos, and Sandra Steele, you got your DB.
So yeah, Bain, Mansour Delane, love that, by the way. Obviously, any of the edges, I'd be stoked. I don't know if they get there. Sonny Styles would be stoked. Mm-hmm. A realistic one would be Caleb Downs for me. That's
all right. Downs.
All right.
And I just think his resume and the film.
Can't miss. He wasn't a product. As long as he's healthy, he's going to be good.
Unimpeachable in terms of just the mental acumen he brings, the physicality he plays with, the instincts. Like, I'd be stoked if he was here as a
Very much Earl Thomas.
Yeah. Good feel there. Good feel. All right. Well, I think that's it. So, guys, just as a reminder, this is just a fraction of the draft coverage we're going to get. On draft night, Thursday, we will have an hour pregame draft coverage.
Everywhere.
And so, Tana and the crew are going to be in Pittsburgh. You're going to be at the stadium.
Yeah.
We'll be here locally in the building. I will be. And so, we're going to cover everything you want to know about the Commanders for an hour before.
Yeah.
We got breakdowns. We got top 10s. We got the whole thing, whatever you want. And then obviously we have live 15-minute coverage of the pick, and we get interviews, all that kind of special stuff. So if you are a Commanders fan, which you are, make sure you please check that out. But for today's show, I think...
Well, next time we see y'all, we'll have new members
of the
Washington Commanders. New jerseys you got to buy.
That is great. Yeah, that's exciting for sure. In the meantime, that's it.
I've been holding the
The Command Center podcast was filmed at the Big Bear AI Command Center studio. Big Bear AI offers mission-ready AI for a rapidly evolving world, proudly protecting the Washington Commanders and its fans.